Lake Clark Shores Code Enforcement Board hearing, October 21st, 2025, 6:32. Emily, would you please call roll?
Chair Paul Hughes,
Present.
Vice Chair Gerard Sanchez,
Present.
Board Member Deb Moody,
Present.
Board Member Wesley Cook, Board Member Patricia Keough, Board Member Morty Meltz,
Present.
and Board Member Jonathan Thayer.
Here.
Okay, if you would please stand and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Next item is consent agenda, which includes the approval of the minutes of the September 25th meeting. I assume everyone's had a chance to read the minutes and there's no changes required. And new cases in compliance. Or cases now in compliance, excuse me. Eric?
Yes. Good evening, Chairman Hughes and members of the Code Enforcement Board. Starting on page 1, case 25-0608 is in compliance. Moving on to page 2, case 25-0164 is in full compliance. Case 25-0633 is in compliance. Page 3. Case 25-0680 is in compliance. Case 25-0685 is in compliance. Case 25-0686 is in compliance. Case 25-0687 is in compliance. Case 25-0688 is in compliance. And then on page 4, case 25-0701 is in compliance. That concludes all cases that are now in compliance.
Wow. You took our job away there, man. Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second. Motion has been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, just a reminder, if you've been to any of the properties or had any discussions with anyone about the properties or visited the properties that come before us tonight, if you would please disclose that at the time we take the case up. Any witnesses that need to be sworn in by the attorney? Eric, I guess you need to stand. Emily?
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give me, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Let's see. So 25-0608, Eric, is finally in compliance. Is that?
Absolutely. Yeah, they, if you remember during last month's code board, they had removed everything except there was a few pylons that were still there. And because of a potential safety issue, we couldn't close it. Ms. Mendez reached out to me a few days after, providing me photos showing that they continue to work on it. She then sent me a final photo today showing that the rest of the pylons have been removed. The only two things that are in there are 2 markers for the potential permit they're going to pull.
For a new dock.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
But for a new dock, that was for a driveway.
Oh, what am I talking about here? Got the wrong case.
No, you're talking about
Yeah, I'm talking about
250-471?
the next one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
For the driveway, right. And now we're going to take this case up for the boat dock.
Okay.
We continued the case, right? And
Are we talking about the driveway one?
No, we're talking about the next.
Is it
Oh,
164?
That's in compliance.
Oh, it is?
164 is in compliance.
I didn't hear him say that. They tore it down and,
Yeah, yes,
They
they are in, that's why I said they are in full compliance, which means they didn't accrue any fines.
okay.
The
Yeah,
only case we're talking about right here is 25-0471.
yes, on page 2. Eric?
Yeah, so this was a case that was heard last month. If you remember, there were 2 violations issued. One was for the overgrown property. The other one was for the driveway. The resident came in, she, spoke before the board. As you remember, she's a senior citizen who's on a fixed income. She had enough money for the grass, but didn't have enough money for the driveway. So this case is being continued with updates. So the only update for this is I spoke to the resident. She spoke to members of her church. She's trying to speak to members of her family and friends just to see if she can get anyone to either do it for her or assist her. So that is the only new update. She's asking for more time.
Do you have an update on how much it would possibly cost? I know you presented her with some options and.
Yeah,
some-
I gave her the information from Home Depot and Lowe's. I can't say because she didn't tell me if she had looked any further into that. She just said that she was trying to find people to help her with the actual work.
Do you have a roundabout figure what you think it would cost to come into compliance?
Give me a second. Let me actually pull up I can't pull up the photo on your screen, but I can look at it.
That's
and
fine.
Let me give you a rough.
We had asked for her to obtain some estimates by the time of this meeting. Do you know if she did, Eric?
No, I can't confirm that. Like I said, the information I just provided you is all that she told me. She didn't state whether she had any estimates. Based on the photos, I mean, I'd estimate probably to do it well, maybe $250, $300 if we're talking, getting the real good buckets, doing a couple coatings.
It's asphalt?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't here last month, so I didn't see any of the pictures or anything that
You want to pull the pictures
presented.
from last month? Yeah, so she has almost no asphalt left on the driveway. So the driveway itself it hasn't reached that deteriorated state, but because there's no asphalt left on it, it's within the next couple of months, it's going to start cracking, breaking, and forming potholes. So there you go. It's at the end of its natural life.
So just sealing it is not going to be a repair.
Based on her, finances. I mean, to get it completely recoated would be thousands upon thousands of dollars. So yes, to put a temporary coat on there is not going to last forever, but I've seen some done in town where they've been maintaining it every year or every 2 years. And if you do that, then you can extend the longevity. Eventually, that's not going to be enough, but this could at least get her, if it's done well, could get her a minimum of 1 year.
Well, again, we asked for some estimates and we don't have any estimates tonight.
That's correct. Nor is the resident present.
She was made aware of the request. She was here, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, she was.
And she didn't communicate with you that she would not be able to be here today?
No, I spoke to her. She didn't say anything about coming or not coming.
Maybe she forgot. But if I remember correctly, we did ask for invoices right now, and
That's correct.
I think we
Or
were
estimates?
estimates. And then didn't we grant her like a 90-day?
You have to look back on that.
I don't recall that.
I thought it was.
I thought we were
but
gonna
she
have
was
a-
supposed to come here and have with the invoices.
I thought you was supposed to come here with an estimate.
With estimates, yeah. And we didn't, according to this before us, it says the board did not decide whether the respondent was in violation, but it's obvious she is in violation.
Right.
So I would like to suggest that we find her in violation and that we insist that she bring estimates at the next meeting. Or,
Did
Oh.
you recall a discussion about 90 days to come into compliance? Is that,
It was, I think, the next meeting that she was
Which
supposed
would
to
be
come in
today.
with some estimates from my recollection. Emily can read us back the minutes if you'd like. Or
Yeah, well, pretty much what I wrote on the agenda is what happened. So, and that's in the order too. I always use the same language, so.
Okay. So she had 2 violations last time she was here last month. She had the overgrown property and then
That's correct.
the driveway. I think that showing a little bit of good faith and at least accomplishing one of those within her budget is showing an act of good faith. I think maybe giving her a little continuation to, well, her not being here obviously isn't a good sign, but I'm just saying, like, if she can't afford it, she can't afford it. What are we gonna do?
I would ask you, is the property in violation?
If Eric deems it's in violation, then sure.
So
If Eric is citing it to be in violation, it's in violation.
but we didn't find her in violation.
We haven't voted on it yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on the picture that I'm seeing,
I would say that Eric's depiction of the property is probably correct. If there's no reason why Eric would cite her if it wasn't a violation.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you could still cite her, but you could still give her more time.
Well, our next meeting will be December 4th, so that's actually a little bit longer, more time. I know it's the holidays, but she has a little bit more time, so I think what we could do is violation and she comes December 4th with,
What we asked
did
for,
we not give her like 90 days to come into compliance?
you want to give her
You can.
an extension? I mean, I'm compassionate about her not being able to afford it, but I'm also understanding of her situation. She also, did what she could. It sounds like she's doing her, what she can. It doesn't seem like she's a repeat, offender. I think we can have an open conversation about her actions and
Was this a violation that you happened upon, or was it based on a neighbor complaint or anything like
So
that?
this came in as a complaint from one of the council members. So I had gone out onto the boat with Officer Tui because from the waterway, you could see how overgrown the property was. There was also a concern about the screening being in violation. That one was unfounded, but the overgrown property was. And then when I drove on the main road, I saw the state of the driveway.
so one thing led to the other. So she did the most cost-effective fix to get into compliance.
No, also, just so you know, because I actually have a laptop now. This is the first well, these are the first 2 violations she's gotten from me since I've been here. I just pulled up the case file and I have listings of every violation that I wrote since I've been here and I catalog it. These are the only 2 violations she's received. So she has no other violations that were issued from me.
I would like to suggest that we find the property in violation and that we pick a date by which she comes into compliance or a fine will be initiated, may be initiated. That's my suggestion. That's not a motion.
Would that help her case is the question. I mean, would that,
if she was here, we have nothing, I wish she was here for us to
Yeah.
ask
She
questions.
told us she would have estimates
I agree
the
with
last meeting
I
and she
agree with
did.
my thought process is if we can find a violation and then what's going to happen in a few months, she's going to come into compliance and then we're going to just kick it down, kick it out. So I'm just saying, like, if we just continue it and then give her a little time to come into compliance and provide those estimates, maybe she had somewhere to be tonight. I don't know, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be,
If we give a date that she has to come in compliance or a fine may be initiated, and the key word is may.
May. I'm
And
all
if
for it.
at that time we decide not to, for some reason, we can extend it.
That's fine.
So we can find her in violation now and give her a date to comply, but still continue it further.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming into compliance, if we gave her 90 days, that pushes it at least through January, which gives her an opportunity to come and see us in December at our next meeting,
Mhm,
if there are extenuating circumstances or more information, but
mhm.
I'm all-
She's gonna, it's good. I got 2 questions. One, her status, based on the name of a trust and everything, a revocable trust. I wonder, did she inherit this land, this house from maybe family or? you know, where they've got a piece of property that's got some value to it, but that's all they got.
It could have been
Yeah,
left, it could have been left in the will or trust from her husband or family member and
Yeah,
handed down to her within the will, whatever the case may be.
Or she
It-
could have created the trust.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We don't know.
It could very well be.
That's right.
She's a trustee of her own trust. So more than likely, it was a trust that she set up based on, you know, her living situation. Who knows? I don't think her finances are really our business
Well-
at the end of the day.
Well,
You know,
I pulled up
her
the
name listed
information.
on the property.
Here, I pulled up the information from Papa for you, and the property's been owned by the same property owner since 1972.
Mhm.
In 1972,
Yeah.
she's been a long time resident of
Yeah.
this town. How much in
Uh,
taxes has she paid? Like,
I looked at the deed also, and it was deeded to the trust a while back. I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was in the 2000, like before 2010.
so more than likely, the house has been free and clear for with no mortgage for God knows how long.
Would someone like to make a motion?
Yeah, I will. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 25-0471. The driveway needs to be repaired. I move that the board finds this respondent in violation of sections 34-19, sub 9, sub B. Again, driveway needs to be repaired of the town code of ordinances. Respondents shall comply with the town code of ordinances on or before December 4th of 2025. If the respondent fails to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $50 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on December 4th of 2025 if necessary.
Is there a second?
Second,
Further discussion?
Would you like to add that she, again, brings estimates or comes to the board to,
Bring estimate, yeah, I mean, I guess to bring estimates and
But
a
you're
plan of
asking-
action, but
But
I-
you're asking for her to be in compliance
right.
by December.
you would have to be a continuation. So continuation with proof of estimates. Number 6, more than likely.
And
Well,
or
well, we're-
finding of non-compliance, give her X number of days, like 90 days to come into compliance, and request that she be here at December 4th to give you information that she's moving forward with a repair, or she has done something to move towards compliance.
So this is approximately 6 weeks.
Correct.
Right. But giving her 90 days, that's the number that sticks in my head. It can be anything, but if you gave her 90 days, that gives her until the end of January to be in compliance.
what day is January, our meeting?
we haven't picked a date yet, but let me check the calendar.
Based,
It's gonna be somewhere around the 21st.
probably gonna be the 3rd week of January, somewhere.
It would be January 28th.
Okay, so into the 4th week of January.
Okay, so make it,
Do you, anybody object if Jerry changes it to
No
Jan-
objection.
a January date?
I have no objection.
Okay.
so I'll change it to January 28th of 2026. But I'd like to add that we need her to be present December 4th with invoices and plan of action. That sounds,
I'll make a
Unless she's
motion.
already in compliance.
unless she's already in compliance.
Mhm.
Is that something you're able to relay to her, Eric?
Yeah, I can knock on her door and I can try to relay it.
I think that's being very gracious.
She's been a long-
Who seconded that motion?
I second that
Are you
motion.
still okay with
I'm-
where we're at now?
I
Okay,
will agree with that motion. That's very reasonable. She's been a very, a long time
Yeah.
citizen. Like it's kind of hard to not have compassion for that.
No, it most definitely, I don't think, yeah. I don't think-
any further discussion? Are you ready to vote?
Let's vote.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, okay.
That's all we have.
Now we got
No,
one
wait,
more.
250676. Twitty Properties.
Yes, correct.
Twitty Properties. Mediterranean.
The roof needs to be cleaned.
Yes. All right. Good evening. I'm Code Enforcement Officer Eric Richwagon, representing the town of Lake Clark Shores. This is case number 25-0676. Site property owners, Twitty Properties LLC, site address 1560 Mediterranean Road East, Lake Clark Shores, Florida, with a mailing address of 151 Worth Court North, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33405. On 9/9/2025, a notice of violation was issued for code section 34-19 sub 9 sub C. The roof is dirty. A notice of hearing was issued on 10/9/2025, finding that the violation still existed. A reinspection of today's date finds that the violation still exists. I spoke with the owner. As I was actually posting it, she came outside. She is asking for an extension, not because she doesn't want to clean the roof, but the roof has damage to it and they have an insurance claim in, and it's looking like the whole roof is going to need to be replaced. So she's asking for time because she doesn't see how it would work if she cleans a roof that's going to be demolished anyways. So she's asking for anywhere from a 30 to 60 day extension. I did make her aware that, you know, she should be present tonight. Unfortunately, she is not.
And we've been through this kind of thing before with insurance claims.
Did she give any indication as to when she anticipates the insurance claim to be finalized and the repairs to commence?
No, she did not.
Is that a single family dwelling or a multifamily dwelling?
I mean, I haven't physically seen anyone really living there, but I would assume it's a single family.
Is that
Is there
a,
a door on the second floor there?
With
that
no
goes
ra-
What
up
made me ask?
with no railing?
With no
Right.
railing, you walk out with a flat.
Mhm.
That really doesn't look like a safe condition.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an unusual one.
And there
That
are
is-
plants growing out of the roof.
Yeah, it's time. They haven't been up there in a long time, but bottom line is, as we know, we already went through this before when when this whole town was filled with tarps. The insurance companies can take 2 to 3, 2 years or whatever. And unfortunately, it's lip service. I would think they would already made the claim to the insurance company. They've already done pictures. And I would hope that they would just start working with a roofer and just,
Deal with their insurance company later.
exactly.
Right.
That's just the way it needs to be done. We can't sit here and wait 2 or 3 years if it's going through the courts and things of that sort. And let alone if she does have damage, she can't be waiting 2 or 3 years either. So there's plants growing on the roof. So
You did say there's a different mailing address, which then makes me wonder, is it owner occupied or a rental?
That property is right off Flagler and between Flagler and Olive. So, I mean, this
Well-
is more than likely not their,
Yeah, well, it's been the same property
Yeah,
owner since
yeah.
2012.
probably they're just sitting.
Mhm.
is it homestead? I mean, yeah, is it?
It can't be
Wouldn't be
homesteaded.
Homestead with a
LLC.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, it's an L, that's true.
No exemption. Yeah, I don't
Oh.
see no exemption information is available.
So this is an investment property.
Well,
Maybe, maybe not.
It just, with the door on the second floor like that, it seems like they probably have other violations than what we can just see. If it's occupied by a tenant, I think they definitely need railings up there.
I think there's more here than just a roof.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that, you know,
Well, all we got is the roof. Rick would have to continue or do
Mhm.
whatever. So
Mhm.
Well, I ran them through Airbnb and VRBO and they don't show. So it's possible they're using another site or maybe they're, if they are renting to someone, they're using different means.
Mhm.
But through the professional means that I have to investigate, I haven't seen them. Now, if they do pop up, that's a different story.
Okay, so in that view, I don't see the door that I saw before. Was that from the side?
It's,
Okay. I see.
it's there. It's, I try to take multiple angle photos because I want you guys to be able to see things in depth as much as I do.
Thank you.
Well, this is an eyesore.
Yes, it is.
Because as you can see on the left part of that picture, you can see there's some items up there and there's actually a hole in that part, but that leads to the back. So that's actually not leading into the house. It's leading into like a back covering area, but still the roof is in rough shape.
So you're saying that you observed that there's a hole in the roof?
Well, I mean, you can see, I mean, you can't quite see it from the
Sorry.
photo or the angle, but that right there, you can see right next to it, there's clear damage to the roof.
I feel bad for the neighbors. If we did get a storm come through, all that's gonna blow.
Well, and I mean, the surrounding neighbors were cited for their violations. They've all come into compliance with theirs, so I can agree with your notion.
Well, they got 6 weeks. if we do-
You said that the property owner was there at the time?
Yeah, Mrs. Etwitty actually, like, as I was walking away, she actually came out, so I was able to have a conversation with her.
So you assume she's living there?
How was the conversation with her?
I mean, it was good. She understood. She explained to me the situation, and then she explained why she was asking for the extension, because she understands that the roof needs to be cleaned, but she doesn't want to clean something and spend money for, a roof that's going to be demolished and replaced.
And she
But-
hasn't gotten back with you since,
No, that's correct. Since the notice of hearing was posted, I've had no further contact.
It seems like this property has looked this way for a long time.
They did clean the driveway.
This is the property that had the boat on the side that was covered in trees and stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Trying to think, there's been a few that are similar to that. I don't want to say yes, but I do know roughly what you're talking about.
They
you-
they actually did just do a decent cleanup of the foliage, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe this was hidden behind it.
I can give you a little more information if you want to know how many violations have been issued. So they've only received 2 violations. One violation was issued in 2023, and then this violation's now been issued in 2025.
What was
I-
the violation from 23? Not that maybe it doesn't matter, but
1 second.
was it roof related?
No, it was driveway related.
I would like to encourage us to make a motion that gets this thing going.
I will.
Thank you.
Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 25-0676, I move that the board find the respondent in violation of sections 34-19 sub 9 sub C, roof needs to be cleaned, of the town code of ordinances. Respondent shall comply with the town code of ordinances on or before December 4th of 2025. If the respondents fail to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $25 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on December 4th of 2025 if necessary.
Is there a second?
A second.
Further discussion?
The only thing is, you cited them that it's dirty and needs to be cleaned, but with that pile of debris there, it looks more like it's damaged and needs to be repaired.
Mhm.
Does that need to be cited separately or differently?
Yeah, I would think for tonight and for compliance, it's cleaning it.
Cleaning it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
The violation that
but
we're
Eric
arguing
could-
about.
Eric could maybe cite again for repair.
It could.
God forbid there's any child, but that door, I don't get it. So I don't know what you see, because
I
you've
think-
been physically to the property, right? But if there's any children or anything,
I haven't seen any children, but I can't, I'm not there 24/7. It is odd to have a roof that leads to nowhere.
Well, the door that leads onto the roof is
I
odd with no
Yeah,
railing or,
It's unusual.
I don't know if there's any building.
I mean, based on
I
the
don't think that would
roof
be up
tiles that
to
are
code.
piled up there, it looks like they've been there for God knows how long.
Maybe Eric can
Yeah.
take
I'll-
this into further consideration.
Yeah, I'll speak with the building official about it to
Yeah.
see what his thoughts are on, and maybe next month, if you want a little quick update on it, I can give you a little briefing.
Okay.
well, we're asking for her to be in compliance by December 4th, which would be our next meeting.
Mhm.
So,
that'll be almost 3 months since you cited her, September 9th, December 4th, it's just, 5 days before
Mm-hmm.
3 months. So I think that's plenty of time to have submitted to your insurance company, take all the pictures, lay claim, or if they have an attorney, would you say, Bill, that's more than sufficient to,
Well, I forget who said it. I mean, the insurance companies can drag this out forever. I mean, who knows what stage they're in? It could, I mean, by the looks of that, they probably made a claim a while ago, you would think.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's her responsibility to get the roof fixed, not the insurance, at least as far as we're concerned. It's not,
Right.
it's not ours to deal with it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't put an insurance claim on a property before, but I know plenty of people who have.
Yeah.
But can't you start the work and then submit the invoices to the insurance company? the day
Absolutely.
after?
Of course you
So,
can.
so I
Absolutely.
don't understand why, you know, why
People
would
don't want
they
to use
do?
their own money. The thing is, it is part of the cost of housing, and they want to wait for the insurance company, but you can't hold the town hostage.
But most roofing companies will finance a job like this. They can get financing for a job like this. So
Well-
it's not like, it's not a, you know, it's not an extension. You're not tearing down a seawall.
But there are means, but that bottom line comes down to the owner wanting to finance.
Correct.
Yeah,
But
so,
but right now, we're dealing with cleaning.
Well, we made a motion, so we voted, right? No, we have
Ready to
to
vote?
Yeah, let's go.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, I believe that takes care of all of our motions. Eric's got everybody coming into compliance just about.
Yes, that is correct.
We're at board comments, suggestions. Anybody? I do have a couple of things anyhow, but anybody else?
I have one. Are we gonna be responsible for that lawn and order ordinance?
Are we? Well, let's let Eric or Emily explain that.
Do you want to go first or do you want me?
If there's anything more to explain
In other words,
other than what was in the buzz.
is the code board gonna be responsible for that violation?
So starting in January, we will start issuing citations.
Citations.
Yes, citations. So, for, I don't
Yeah,
remember what the
so-
amount is, Eric.
I can try to pull it up. Give me a
I think it was
second.
But,
$250.
so what happens is they can appeal the citation. If they appeal the citation, it's gonna go before the board. If they pay it, then it stops. If they don't pay it, it can also go before the board to impose a lien on the property.
There were a number of wonderful remarks on the Facebook post page that was made. It was, I don't know if anybody saw it, but a lot of residents had a lot of things to say about that. So,
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull
But
this
none
up
of them
for
are
you.
here tonight.
no,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
All right.
They'll come to the council.
So just so you know, here's code enforcement's initiative. Starting November 1st to December 31st, it's going to be a campaign of educating the community. So everyone gets a warning, everyone gets made aware of the new situation. Starting January 1st, everyone still starts off on a clean slate. First time, it is a warning. Second time, it's $125 fine. Second violation, $250. Third violation, $400. Fourth and more is $500. When it comes to citing for this ordinance, it doesn't matter if you have 1 palm frond or you have 10 cubic feet. If you're in violation, you're in violation.
So there was a comment made on that post that I briefly ran through today. And I'm one of these people that like to gather one pile. If a neighbor already has this pile going, I will add to that pile. So how does that work? You have to actually divide the piles, and I'm just trying
It's
to.
whoever's property it's on.
You
Yes,
can't- you can't start the policy.
It's whoever's property it's on. And also, if you hire a company, they don't take it. Unfortunately, if they leave it outside, it's a violation now. However, let's say you do put the pile out and I go and talk to you, if you put it on the side of your property, waiting for trash pickup, that is acceptable. So if you've already put it out there and you have the means to move it to the side of the property, that's something we're offering to allow. Now, it can't stay there forever. Has to be then put out during trash pickup day.
So what do you mean they can create a pile on the side of their house?
If they are doing work and they're in the process of putting it in the road, in order to avoid a violation, they can temporarily put it on the side of their property. Has to
On the side
be,
of their property, do you mean that just not on the road, but
no, it's got to be farther back on the property. Can't be close to the roadway. It's got to be, what is the way, the front foot of the home on either side. We'll put it that way.
the front?
So
Like a
it's
boat.
like a trailer. ordinance.
Yeah, that's a reference I'm
There's
trying to use.
There's
so
gonna
it
have
makes
to
a
be a
little
lot of
more sense.
definition in that
Yeah.
verbiage, so.
So that is something to potentially help alleviate, because I know a lot of people like to do their yard work on weekends.
I think we need to really study the verbiage on this so we don't get put in a position like we were in with that other resident that came through, and it was about how the ordinance or the permit was conceived or something like that. I think the verbiage has to be crystal clear so we're not
Where
in
I can read the verbiage for you if you want. Section 46-13 sub A of the town code requires all bulk and vegetative waste shall be placed for collection in the swale at the paved edge of the right of way no earlier than 24 hours prior to collection and no later than 7 a.m. on scheduled collection day.
Okay, so basically
to-
Sunday, 7 a.m. to, because, well, is Monday is
Collection.
collection day.
Yes.
Monday.
So, yeah.
Can't be out anything any
For-
later than
For
7
the
a.m.
south part of town, it's on Monday. For the north part of town is on Tuesday.
Okay.
But the south side this time was on Tuesday,
Yeah, sometimes they're a little behind.
today.
So
Yeah,
if
I
I
saw- yeah.
expected them on Monday and I placed it out there and
On
they
Sunday.
didn't come out
Right.
until
That's
Tuesday,
not your fault.
that's not
Yeah.
my fault.
No, it's
Right, but Eric would know that, or
we
I would
would.
hope you guys would, yeah. So let me ask you this, if reading your lawn and order, which I kind of like that operation, good marketing. I don't remember hearing any verbiage or maybe a saying specifically owners are responsible to inform their landscaping company of these of these new regulation, and it'd still be the owner's responsibility, not the landscaping company.
If
I'm just suggesting, I know we put that, but did we,
But the verbiage is.
The verbiage is
landscaping
also in
company
there
has to
too.
Take it with them.
Yeah, the verbiage is also in there too, in this notice. Section 46-16 sub B of the town code requires landscapers to remove any vegetative waste they generate. Here's the issue though, if they don't, and if it remains on the property, whether it's right or not, unfortunately, it then falls on the property owner.
Ultimately, if it's your property, you're responsible for it.
Yes, that's,
If either you do it or you have somebody else do it, it's your responsibility to take care of it.
But why would the property owner pay for their trimmings to be done and not have their landscaper take it away with them?
Yeah.
They're paying for it, so,
Well. they
Why
get a
why
discount.
wouldn't they?
I mean,
Because it happens all over town.
I don't disagree, but if they're paying for a job to be done, they should have the ability to take it away. To take the trimmings away.
I agree.
I think
not
when-
all of them do that.
I think once this initiative goes into effect and once the residents understand that this is being strictly enforced, I think it's going to incentivize some more of the residents to maybe, when they hire landscaping companies, to maybe, when they're done, physically observe it being removed. And if not, maybe they'll have conversations with these landscaping companies, and those who refuse to do so, maybe they won't get as much business.
I see the problem for the property owner is that the lawn service companies come all different days during the week,
Mhm.
and they pile it up out of the street. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
If my guy comes on a Wednesday, anything that he clips or trims then is gonna sit there and I would be in violation if
Right.
he did not haul it away.
Right, if he didn't haul it away.
Now, they could put it on the side of the property as discussed. So landscaper does it, put it on the side, but again, it's not a permanent solution.
Yeah, but
kinda
again,
like-
the landscaper is not supposed
Yeah, I
to,
know.
they're
not
supposed
supposed to.
to haul away the
Yeah.
vegetation.
You know, if you look at any of the professional guys around town, we have plenty of them as residents, but they actually put down a tarp as they're clipping like the collusia and whatever else.
I've seen some phenomenal landscaping companies,
And
some of them who are
I'll tell
very,
you,
very
they're
good.
extremely efficient, and you know, anybody can just drag that tarp to the side of their house and it's concealed, and then drag it on out at garbage day. Shouldn't.
We have a house just down from my house,
On Antigua, right?
and it's a fellow that comes with his van, and he pulls all the stuff out, and he does the property, and it might be during the middle of the week, and he piles everything up there during the middle of the week, and he probably doesn't have any way of taking it with him because his van is full of equipment.
Right.
So that property owner, in my mind, has got to figure out how they want to handle it. Maybe they need another landscaper.
We should promote the people that live in our town.
Anyhow, I guess we'll see how it goes.
Could we ask that a copy of this new ordinance be made available to us?
Well, it's not a new ordinance. It's the same ordinance that's been on the books. It's
Yeah.
just for, like, there's a notice of violation and warning that's been put together.
Right.
They've been ordered.
As we'll be asked to find people in violation and, you know, come into compliance, it would be helpful, I think, just like we have this little fine guideline cheat sheet. Maybe we have the ordinance pertaining to it, because we're gonna see a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a copy of this notice of violation and warning that's going to be, because they're printing off a lot of them during the next code board meeting, I can actually provide some to you because it's got the basic breakdown from first violation to fourth violation with the code sections in there. So I think that might be something useful.
Right. But, you know, you have a copy of the code of ordinances in front of you, and unfortunately, I don't have one here to
Yeah.
refer to. So maybe just a little section of that.
Yeah,
code
absolutely.
help
Look,
for us.
to make it easier for you and for, you know, you to be able to read through it. It's not
We're
a
gonna
problem
see a
if-
lot of them, I think.
initially.
If they don't pay the fine,
Is a copy of this
or if they appeal.
new ordinance going to
appeal.
go out to every residence in their mailbox?
It's not a new ordinance.
No,
Or the advertising is
Yeah.
quite lovely, so
The
maybe
the
the
enforcement.
enforcement part of it is going to be
That's what's new.
new. Exactly.
well, it's always actually been a citation. It's
Mhm.
just, you know, for years, this ordinance was maybe a little more relaxed and now it's being fully enforced. So it was always on the citation form. It's just now like with this little warning notice that's going out, it's fully explaining it.
Maybe just bringing back awareness to it.
Right.
Well, that's why all of November, all of December, I'll be doing boots on the ground, and even some of the officers, if they see it, the job is to inform as many people as possible. That way, the goal is January 1 comes and we don't have the issue. We don't have to issue violations, but you know, that's a perfect world.
What's this, this whole law, is it the volume of trash is collected is the problem, or is it a safety vision
It's-
type thing?
It's when it's being put out.
It's both.
It has to be put out 24 hours, sorry, no more than 24 hours prior. And there's several properties that are putting it out multiple days throughout the week. Sometimes people will put it out on a Monday, it'll stay there till Friday. Sometimes people will put it out there on a Friday and it doesn't get picked up till Monday, Tuesday. It's about getting the community of Lake Shores to understand that when they're going to put their vegetation out, it has to be 24 hours prior and not 48, not 72, and not past.
We should
And
also,
You'll-
you know,
you'll
it's
see-
funny, I don't mind the vegetation as much as I mind garbage.
We-
And there are some residents that put out their garbage literally as the garbage truck is leaving town. It's wild.
You'll see properties that put their vegetation out during early part of the week. And a lot of those properties, they do that every week.
Right.
And you'll see, as I've seen, plenty of eroded spots out in front of their properties
Okay.
where it's been put out for so long all the time
Okay.
that the grass is all dead. And I can think of a place right now where it's got a hole about that deep by that big.
Because of the perpetual
Yeah.
lawn debris
Yeah.
that's there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But really, the most, there's people that, okay, you get pickup on Monday, they got another, right, as soon as that's picked up, Tuesday, they got another huge pile. Or
Yeah.
Wednesday, and it
Yeah.
just that's the problem, and it's huge, this, and I think, have we already gone to contract for the waste management of
No,
this town, or?
no, we're still negotiating.
So, I mean, that's kind of one of the nice things about this town is that, but it's I guess, abusive. I mean, you, just like putting your trash cans, you put it out the night before, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And then you got to take it back in. This is not any different.
But there are some that I've seen where they are not good at taking them back in. And some where I've seen where they perpetually live at the curb.
Mhm.
And so I'm wondering if this same ordinance applies not just to vegetation, but to
Garbage.
garbage.
There's a separate code for garbage.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
could
there is.
section.
And that's true because I've seen people, I mean, they're clearing out a house and all of a sudden you've got the whole interior house outside and you've made those
It
phone
sits there
calls.
for a week.
That all of a sudden, hey, guys, can you come pick this up because they've got, I don't know if anything's been done or warned, but it seems like we just pick it up regardless of what's out there.
The garbage cans are supposed to be behind the front line of the property.
I think the
And
town council,
Huh?
I think the town council allowed them to put it to the front.
Well, and I've said this before, if we're not going to stick to the codes, then the council should, if they don't want to have that code, that they
They didn't,
think it's a burden to the property owner, then they should
Modify it.
modify it or delete it or what, but our job is to be responsible for enforcing the codes.
I think,
And,
this-
and I would ask Eric, hey, we're the code board and we're asking you to enforce the codes as they are in the book. And if that's an issue with the town council, then town council needs to deal with it, in my opinion.
no, agreed. I've been here now 8 years and I think it is a problem in our town. It's seeing people, put trash out. My pickup day is Monday. I'm on the south side. But I can't believe that all of a sudden Tuesday, there's huge piles piling up in different homes
Mhm.
on a regular basis. But I think to comply with the town ordinances, you've now got, if you have yard people or landscapers, you need to hire them or pay what it takes for them to haul it away,
Yeah.
plain and simple.
I think Emily and Eric certainly have gotten the message, but Eric, you said that you had a meeting, was it today,
Yes.
along this subject,
No, it's in reference to the new code enforcement program.
code enforcement program?
Yes.
Why
So-
why don't you fill us in?
All right, so we had a meeting today. It was about an hour and a half meeting going over everything that is going to be put into it tomorrow. We're actually going to be doing a workshop with it, so I'm going to be using it, learning how to put in the violations, tweaking it, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and we're supposed to go hot, I think the 27th.
Yes, if everything
Yeah.
goes well, yeah.
So yeah, if everything goes well and we don't find too many bugs or too many issues, there's a potential date of it going live on the 27th of this month.
So that's a new software
Yes.
system that you're using.
And I've been issued a laptop because they're going to be installing the laptop in the car, and there'll be a stand put in. So once all that's taken care of, code enforcement's going to be a little more streamlined, and residents will be able to go onto the portal. You will be able to see which violations are open. It's going to take some getting used to. There are processes and procedures to it, but there is access to the community.
So modernization.
Yes.
I have a comment. Eric and I have, I hope I haven't bugged him too much on the grass parking issue. And in my walks, I go by two particular houses, which I brought to Eric's attention, that consistently park in the grass. And I know that Eric has cited those properties. But what I see is an issue is 1 or 2 days they're parking in the grass, then they're cited, and then they don't park on the grass for a couple of days, and then they're right back to parking in the grass again. And that goes on and on and on. And as I said to Eric and Bill, how do we deal with getting these people to come into compliance? They think that if they move it, then they're okay. and they think that they're okay until they get another notice.
How do you get people in compliance with a shell game? I don't know. I
Would it
think
be-
Eric has to cite them
I think
multiple
Bill,
times.
I think Bill has an answer for that.
Yeah, well, two things. One, I don't know how much time you're giving them to comply when they're parking in the grass, but I think it can be very short.
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yeah. But also the statute says, and this is, it says if the violation is corrected and then recurs, or if the violation is not corrected by the time specified for correction by the code inspector, the case may be presented to the code enforcement board even if the violation has been corrected prior to the board hearing. And the notice shall so state. So they could come in. I mean, if they do it and recur, you could bring them in. I think we need to look at your notice and make sure it has that language.
As a repeat violation.
I think it would come in first as to find the violation. And then the next time it happens, it would be a repeat.
What are we going by? The license plate of the vehicle?
No,
I'm just curious.
no, just by the vehicle itself.
Make and model, whatever.
In pictures,
Yes, you take a photo of it. We don't,
pictures with date.
we're not recording license plates.
Okay. And then you're issuing the citation.
I'm issuing the code enforcement violation, yes.
Mhm.
It's not a citation. Citation comes with a fine.
Okay. It's not something that our police department would be issuing. Like, giving-
No, it's because it falls under a code enforcement violation.
okay.
Now, if the vehicle hypothetically didn't have registration or if the tag was expired and they happen to be on the road, then yes, maybe law enforcement could do something in their capacity. But from just the pure code perspective, this is a code enforcement violation.
Okay.
Because what they're doing is, and you know, me and Paul have seen the same property multiple times. They'll park there, they'll get cited, but then the next day they remove it.
So, and the violation that you're issuing is to the property owner, not to the vehicle owner.
Yes, correct.
Mhm.
There a second.
And the issue on that is that, are they just parking the grass because there's no, they have too many cars already on the
No,
driveway?
no, they have a driveway and it's,
They like the grass.
Maybe their vehicle leaks oil and they don't want it.
The
On the
two
driveway.
that I have seen is a somewhat narrow driveway and 2 cars. So one car can't get out. So instead of parking both cars side by side or in
One
front of
behind
each
the other.
other, they park one in the grass. The other one is that there's like 5 cars. And they can
Yes.
only get 4 in the driveway. So they
Somebody's gonna
they
move up.
park the 5th in the grass.
well, the one with the multiple, they haven't really been too much of an issue. The other one you're talking about on Gregory, that's the continuous ongoing one.
Well,
So I've got it pulled up here. So the one you're talking about with the multiple cars, yeah, they have a lot of cars and, you know, I had spoken to them. I told them the code and they didn't realize that an ordinance went into effect. So they haven't really had too many more issues, but the one that we're clearly talking about on Gregory, that one is continuous.
yeah, unfortunately, one of parked there so consistently that now there's 2 big ruts of dead grass.
So hopefully you're
And-
citing them for
The grass too.
the grass too.
Well, the grass it isn't bad enough yet. It's getting there. 1 second.
Okay, anybody else?
That's all I got.
I I think it's been a while since I've said to Eric what a great job I think he's doing.
Oh, thank
and
you.
how diligently he is about his work. And I know that it's not the most popular job in town. Or he's probably not the most popular
No, I don't.
employee in town,
I
but
don't get the most friendly conversations and
Yeah.
calls sometimes, but I will say since I've been here, you know, the community knows me and I think I have more people that are appreciative than, you know, otherwise.
that's,
And I think the community also understands that the code board can be very reasonable, but they also, you know, understand because their neighbors are going before the board and saying, hey, you know, these violations are being enforced and it's not a joke. So I think the combination of all of us working together from when I first started, the amount of violations we were bringing to where we're at now, I think that shows how well all of us have a team have been doing.
Yeah, along that, I'd like to thank Emily too for you and your staff that
Oh, thank you.
does all this stuff for us.
And I would second.
I
those sentiments.
think I can
I'll
speak
make a
for all of
motion.
us. We really do appreciate.
We really appreciate
all you
everything you guys do.
Do those minutes and make us look good.
All in favor?
In proper English.
Yeah.
And grammar.
All right, motion
Okay.
to adjourn?
Is that a motion to adjourn?
Let's go.
Second.
Is there a second? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Dinner's ready.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Great job.
See you in
job.
December. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy Halloween. Hey, you know what I forgot?
Because there's no meeting.
Did he have, remember the house? He had
Bye-bye.
that big house?